You're going to be joining me live. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Man of Thought. I want to be asking a question, very simple and clear. Are women, Nigerian women or African women, are they now interested in polygamous relationship? Are African women or Nigerian women interested in polygamous relationship? So this goes to me addressing some of the topic that a lot of people have been talking about, and which is how can men in diaspora, a lot of men who are married in the Western culture outside Nigeria, a lot of them that have been there for over 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, 12 years, some of them are beginning to rise up and open their eyes to certain realities that one way or the other they felt that they are not in control of their children or their family over there. Maybe they have challenges of understanding equality, or they can just accept it as a spirit of the Western culture. And a lot of them are thinking, regardless of the beautiful things and the materials that we can afford in the Western culture, yet we don't think that we belong here because we have less control over our family. And some of them have been desiring to come back to Nigeria. Most of them have been thinking of going back to wherever African country they come from. And so that brings us to today's subject on, have they been addressing our ladies? Because we understand one thing about Nigerian ladies, that they are always interested in dating a man who is in diaspora. Some people would say it's because they have wealth or they have money, and women just want the money of those men. It is easy, and it is not a debate for anyone to understand that women wants to be taken care of. African women wants to be taken care of. And because African women want to be taken care of, they most times will gravitate towards someone who they perceive has a better, or who is living in a better hierarchy position, or who is doing well in life, or who can provide a lot of resources for them. And that has become the reality of our world. A lot of ladies who will tell you that they cannot accept their man to date another woman. Most African or Nigerian ladies who will tell you that I don't want my man to date another woman. These days, they gravitate towards Western men who already are doing well, who already have families outside in diaspora, in the United States or United Kingdom or what do you call it again? America, Canada, Europe. I can see a lot of these African men who are there coming back, and they are dating and getting married to their African brothers, their sisters, sorry. And I'm like, what happened? Didn't we make those decisions that we hate? I'm very sorry, you're going to be hearing some noise. Didn't we hate polygamous relationship? Haven't Nigerians been fighting, Africans been fighting that women, we want our rights. We don't want our men to be getting married to, you don't have right to be polygamous as a man because we are equal. So I'm asking myself, what is now going on that women now gravitate towards men who they understand that this man that is in diaspora, who is in the Western culture or in America, why is it that our ladies now want to, African ladies now say, we want that particular individual guy. He can come back to Africa and date. I actually have some friends that are in US, that are in the United Kingdom, that already have family. But I believe that they think that they don't have control of their family over there and they want to establish a new family here in Nigeria. And a lot of them have been taking the step. But I'm now asking myself certain questions because something prompted me to this. And I might not really go in depth to it, but I would like to hear people's opinion. What would you think? Is it a natural side of women to gravitate towards men who are polygamous in nature? What is really going on at this particular junction? Because about 3, 4, 5 years ago, a lot of people wouldn't accept it. In fact, you can't even talk about it, and the world is just going to come upon you and they will devour you. But right now, it's a different scene. If you're joining me live, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe if you're just joining me. Today, we are also going to be having a different episode. But on this particular one that I'm talking about, why do you think that African women are now gravitating towards polygamous relationship? The same people who made decision they don't want to. They don't want to date someone who is married before or someone who ever has a kid. Why are they now gravitating towards it? What are your thoughts about it? That's what I'm talking about right now. I have a friend of mine. I most likely would not call his name. Even I can't call his name. One of my friends is in the United Kingdom. And I asked him a question. He has been there for over 18 years. And he had a son and he had a daughter. He has a house. He has everything he desires. Whatever a man would desire, he already had it in the United Kingdom. But at some point, he came back to Nigeria and he started investing. Fortunately for him, he's one of my friends because we knew each other when he purchased property in our estate. In the same estate, we both got some properties there. And then I realized he was my brother from the same state. And he told me everything that was going on. And he said, the Western women, a lot of them, the moment they think that they have children for you, they just, after 2 or 3 children, they just want to be alone. But the African woman always want to protect their children and family. If you talk about African, you're talking about family. And maybe it's one thing that the Western people cannot comprehend with their head. Like, the only reason why we are having populations as Africans is because we value family. For them, they value independence. And when you value independence, you're most likely going to live an independent life. And if you're living an independent life, you will not gravitate towards aspiring for group of people that comes from you. Because I do not think that maybe an African man's testosterone, yes, there might be science that would say that the African man's testosterone is higher than the white man. I don't know if that's true. I haven't even bothered myself making any research on that. But I've heard the rumors that that's true. But I don't believe it. But I don't think that a black man has sex as much as a white man. I think white men have access to sex than most black men. I could be wrong. You can correct me. And you have to show me a research to back it up. And the reason why I made this statement is because I know for sure that anyone who has enough resources would be able to have a lot of women. This has always been there since the beginning of time. In the African culture, in our historical past, a man who has a lot of lands and acres and the rest of it will most likely get married to a lot of women so that so they can give birth to children, and their children would also farm the land and the rest of it. So women gravitate towards men that have lands, simply because for African, those who have land simply means they have wealth. So the Western people, most of the white men, they have the resources they need as individuals to get the kind of women they want. In fact, I don't just want to go into certain details. When a Western man or a white man calls a black woman, I want you to move from here in Nigeria, wherever you are, I want you to move straight to maybe the US, maybe United Kingdom. Most black Nigerian women would not even think it twice. They might not even think it if you're trying to use them for, maybe you want to use them for something else. They don't care. The white man call me, we can make Zoom call, and I'm sure this is the white man. And I know him, probably he has a social media, he's on social media or has social media influence or whatever. Maybe he's influential or whatever. They wouldn't think it twice. They will gravitate towards it and they move. But as an African man, we most likely will think a little bit different. So our women are disposed to gravitate towards the white people. And then they always want to think that if the white man would choose me and wants me, why will I settle for a less black man and he wants another woman? And I understand this. The problem and the challenge is that a lot of black men who desire to have polygamous home do not have the resources to provide for those women. They desire the action to say that, oh, because I'm a man, I deserve to have multiple women. And that's a fucked up mentality. Should I use the word fuck up on YouTube, on live? I didn't say it. But our men today, most black men, have this mentality that just because I'm a man, women have to respect me. And that is a mentality of entitlement. We have decided not to be responsible. And right now, I can see it with my two ojukoroju, my two naked eyes, that women truly do not care if a man is polygamous as much as he can provide them. All this equality stuff ain't real anymore. It's not working anymore. A lot of them, and if you can do this, it seems as if, now someone would have to correct me, it seems as if the moment women sees that you are getting capable, or you're more or less capable of taking care of them, they wish that you have a second wife, because maybe psychologically they like the drama. Most of them will tell you they don't. Some of them who maybe the career type of women will tell you, no, I don't. But at the end of the day, they don't mind as long as you're holding that position. Someone can correct me. Maybe what I'm saying is not real. There are certain experiences I'm not putting out to the public right now to avoid stories that touch. But what I'm seeing right now, a lot of them are gravitating towards it. One of my man, we're going to be having an episode around 5 p.m. Please, everyone needs to join me today. That's a reminder. We are going to be live by 5 p.m. today. A brother of mine, we are going to be talking about dating. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you come on live, make sure you come and show your support. And we are going to dive deeper into dating world in Lagos, in Nigeria. We are going to talk about everything. So please give me your comments, give me your views. Are women changing their perception? And what is it, that is making women today to change their perception to say we don't care if our men are polygamous in nature anymore. In fact, we are willing to work with them. Now there's a problem. I'm having a call. So what is the reason behind it? I think those are part of the things that we are also going to be discussing on today's episode by 5 p.m. Why do women gravitate? I have certain answers. The guest who is going to be joining me, Mr. Adiola Olubode, who is going to be joining me on live by 5 p.m. today, we are going to be diving deeper into it. So most of the things that I'm not saying right now, I most likely will bring them up, and we are going to dive deeper. So if you're here and you're watching me, you haven't subscribed to my channel, you are going to be missing out. Maybe you're a Western man, maybe you're whatever, but as long as you have something to do with Africans in any sense, we are going to be shedding a lot of light on it. So subscribe, like, and share. See you around 5 p.m. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.